We kindly welcome His Excellency Rob Oliphant to come to the stage and to have his words.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. It is a great pleasure, and it is my privilege to join you for this second anniversary of the establishment of ANSS, and to congratulate you for your activity, your care, your expressing the best of Canadian culture, Canadian heritage, and the best of Afghan culture and Afghan heritage. So thank you very much on behalf of the Prime Minister, the Government of Canada, and simply me, Rob, as the Member of Parliament for Don Valley West. I want to say a couple things about this. It's interesting that when you're the Member of Parliament, you see a lot of new groups formed. Groups form, and it's because people want to do something. But I need to tell you, not very many of them actually do anything. They maybe have an event once a year, maybe they give some awards, and the group is all about the board of directors having something to do. There are several of them like that that I've encountered over the years. What I'm impressed with about the Afghan Network for Social Services is that it's not about the leadership, it's about the people. It's about the community. It's about the community large as a group of people, and it's about individuals who are trying to make their way in Canada. It's not easy to be a newcomer in any country. It's not easy to be an immigrant. It's even harder to be a refugee, and it's even harder to be an asylum seeker. And we have in this room people who have come as immigrants, as refugees, and as asylum seekers. It is not easy. And it's the government's job to help make it easier. But government can't do it all. Government has to work with partners in civil society to make it better. And some of those are professionalized organizations like TNO and COSTI and the large settlement services, and they have their function as well. The government does something, those large organizations do something, but I think the groups that make the most difference, that give stability and hope and care and compassion and persistence and help with patience are groups like ANSS. It's true. So through your work, one by one, you help newcomers to this country find their way. To find their way may be to help them understand the language. It may be to help them understand how to find housing. It may be to help them find an employment, a job, to get their resume to look like the kind of resume that a Canadian will understand, because Canadians are limited. We don't always understand people's qualifications, people's successes, their skills, the way they work. And so you help translate not only words, not only language, but translate skills, ideas, hopes, dreams, and make those realities for newcomers to this country. And so on behalf of those who were born here in this country, thank you for making the playing field level, for making it so it doesn't matter whether someone was born here, whether they came here 40 years ago, 4 years ago, or 4 days ago. Everyone has the opportunity in Canada to be successful. I tell this story fairly often, and some of you might have heard it before, that a number of years ago I was in Copenhagen in Denmark, and I was sitting in a coffee shop, and I watched a group of men walk by. They were Turkish, and they had, you could tell, been living for quite a while in Denmark. But I looked at them and thought, no matter how long they lived in Denmark, they could never really be Danish. Because Danish people look a certain way and talk a certain way and act a certain way. If those men had come to Canada, they'd be Canadian. And that's the difference between Canada and almost any other country in the world. Someone say, what does a Canadian look like? Look at your neighbor. Canadians come in all shapes and colors and sizes. We come with different backgrounds and skills and ideas. We come with different values, and we try to make this country the model country of the world. We're not perfect. Canada and Canadians make mistakes. We have a long way to go, but we're making those steps, and we'll make fewer mistakes because you're here. We'll make fewer mistakes because the Afghan Network for Social Services helps people to become better Canadians, better citizens, and better participants in the economy and in the society and in the culture of this country. So, on your second birthday, you look very good for a 2-year-old. You look very good for someone who's just learning to walk. A 2-year-old doesn't get along easily in the world, so needs help. So I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you take more steps, to do your work even better, and by the time you're 5 years old, you'll be sailing. So thank you. Thank you. Check it out. Thank you. Now I'd like members of the board to come forward. Anybody who's on the board.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much.